Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's been a while. Thanks for joining me today. Lately I've been obsessed with all things folio. I've downloaded several templates from Creative Fabrica, and so in today's video I picked one and I'm going to show you how I put it together. The links to the template file are in the video description, so do go and check it out. Okay, on to the tutorial. So I've taken the SVG file and took it into Affinity Designer, and then I'm using this is from Peony Dreams by Debbi Designs. I've had it for years, but there are it's a card making kit, but it's got envelopes and boxes and that kind of thing. I just thought that some of the papers and all the elements lend themselves well to a mini album kind of project. So that's why I chose it. Anyway, I took some papers from the set and overlaid the papers onto the template so that I could cut them out and have it decorated. Some of the images came out distorted. I'm not sure why, but it does. Okay, this is going to be backing paper and it's going to be covered mostly anyway. So I've done that with all these different pockets, and this is a really good template, by the way, because it shows how to put everything together and how it all goes together. So I've made the same backing for all of the internal bits. And then here is another sort of pocket set and tag set. And then sorry, one more. And then I wanted to use some of the toppers that are available in the kit to make inserts and tags and stuff, and I'm not sure what happened here, but it's this isn't what it was supposed to look like. This is completely distorted, and this didn't work properly, and on this one as well, this is distorted and it didn't crop these things properly. I'm not sure why, but I can still make use of some of these, so I'm going to. I'll have to adjust the program properly next time. So I've also got some nice sort of neutral backing on the back as well. So that is the idea. I'm going to cut all these out and then make up the folio. Okay, so here are all the various elements. I'll start off with the main folio and scroll along the lines. Now, I've done this I didn't quite get the alignment right, so I'm just taking a minute to straighten it up. And then on the sheet, there's a sort of visual guide for how to put the folio together. So you'll need these two shapes and then the two pockets that go on top. When I tried closing the flaps, there was a little bit of resistance, so I trimmed a little bit off the edges of the flaps so that the folio would fold better. Now it's time to add the pockets as shown in the diagram. The extra height from the pockets is interfering with the fold again, so I'm just adding a second score line a little bit to one side of the original score line to help it fold over more smoothly. Next, I'm going to add the pockets to the outside flap. And now it's time to add the flaps and pockets to the middle panel. Cut out the remaining labels and put them in the pockets. So now it's time to add some sort of closure. I could have put a magnet there or some hook and loop adhesive, but I don't have anything like that. The kit does come with these circles, which I am assuming are for some sort of closure. But I think I'm going to leave those for now and just make a belly band with some leftover scrap card. As it happened, one of the pieces was long enough to go all the way around the folio in one piece. And then to finish it off, I decided to fussy cut a nice floral arrangement from one of the leftover tags that I didn't use. I wasn't really happy with how the belly band was sitting. It seemed a bit loose to me, so I did end up taking it off and tightening it up a bit. I decided to use dimensional adhesive to pop up the medallion on the belly band. The adhesive didn't seem particularly sticky, so I'm just adding a bit of extra glue just to help it stay put, and then spending ages trying to figure out which way up to put the flower. So I wanted to take a look through the finished folio, but I thought it was a little bit, it needed a little something. The pockets were kind of disappearing into the background, so I had a little think about what I was going to do. So here's the finished folio. I went back and used a gold marker pen to sort of go along the edges. I don't know if you can see that. Just felt like there wasn't enough definition and it was disappearing. All of the patterns were disappearing into each other. So I went back in and went around the edges with a gold pen, and I think it really lifts it. It makes it look a little bit more special. So you can see here, the everything is a lot more sort of pronounced. You can see that better. And then on the tag here, I did the same thing. I went around with a bit of gold pen, just makes it look a little bit more special. I could have done it with all of these, but I didn't. To say this set, Peony Blooms by Debbi really does lend itself well to this kind of project. Okay, there you go. So, things I learned. This is the first time I put this folio together, and things that I would advise you to do to get a better end result. Firstly, I would narrow these in the template are exactly the same width as these panels. So I would recommend that you make them a little bit narrower, either by trimming them narrower or adjusting the template in your graphics program, if you feel comfortable doing that. Again, with all of these pockets, I would score inside the lines when it's talking about the width, just so that they're slightly smaller than the panels, and everything then will close together better. And you can see that hold on a second. It's a little bit crooked here because the bottom thickness the bottom has got more thickness than the top. So it doesn't sit quite right. Maybe if I'd scored it. Also, I would have added an extra score line here just to make it sit better. But overall, I really like how it turned out. I'm very happy with the result. And I've used this belly band just because I didn't have any other kind of closure, but I actually like the way it looks. So I did go back and try another one. This is a different paper set. This is Bloom and Grow, incidentally. This is a paper set that I designed. You can download it for free from Creative Fabrica, or you can sign up to my newsletter and get access free that way. I'll put all the links in the comment. But this time I did all those things that I said I was going to do. So I added the extra score line here. You can maybe just see that a little bit so that it folds better, and here as well. I was going to put it together exactly the same way as I did this one, as it was, in the description and in the instructions, but halfway through, if you know anything about me, I like to tinker, so I decided to change things up a bit. So it's opening with the flap on the right as opposed to the left, and in this version, this pocket's on the outside, but I decided to put this flap on the outside and put the pocket on the inside. I've taken this element and stuck it on the back, and then I just kind of made a makeshift pocket from sort of scrap paper that I had from doing all the other bits and pieces. So it was kind of, you can kind of tell I went very carefully and added the patterns. Hold on a second. Like I said, I made a makeshift pocket here of sorts for this element. Now, when I was putting this together, I went into my graphics program and added all of these patterns to the various bits and pieces. So I chose the colours intending to put it together the way it was sort of designed to be put together, so to speak, but then I changed my mind at the last minute. So some of the patterns might not sort of go with each other as well as they could, but that's the reason why. I also added in a couple of extra pockets underneath these flaps as well. So yeah, I've changed things up a bit, but that's the beauty of these kind of templates. You can do what you like. And because it's a flower sort of themed, I thought I'd make some flower-based inserts, tags. And I think you can see, because I've made those changes by making things narrower and adding the extra score lines, it looks so much neater and it folds together really nicely compared to the first one. Again, I'm using a belly band just because I don't have any other type of closure at the moment, but I like this. It looks good. There you go. I'm kind of obsessed with these now, so I'm going to be making more. There are several of these templates in the same shop. I'll drop the link if you want to check them out. I hope you've enjoyed the video. All the links that I mentioned are in the comments. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.